Antwan, thanks for doing this, man. I wanted to ask you how privy do you get a sense that Ulbrich has been like in terms of the other departments on the team? I'm not sure how compartmentalized Sala had it. Just trying to get a sense of like how big of a stretch like is Ulbrich like is he too big for his bridge? Like
No,
how big of a yeah.
nah, he's
You
not.
know,
He's not. Personality wise, nah, he's not like that at all. He's a guy that, you know, he's a player's coach. He's a he reminds me a lot of I covered Dan Campbell when he took over when he was the interim coach of the Dolphins. That's kind of where he reminds me of. Although Ulbrich is older. He was 10 years older at the time when Campbell was put in that position. So I definitely think that'll help too. But, I think those are guys that's gonna, command respect because he played as at a linebacker for the 49ers and did it at a high level too, by the
facts.
way. So yeah, I think he just commands that respect there. He's not a guy that's gonna he's not a dick, so I don't think he's necessarily gonna be like that towards the players or believe he's one of those players like it's either his way or the highway there. He's like that's why I was surprised that I thought he would get an interview for a job in January. I didn't know if he would get one, but I was surprised that he didn't even get an interview at all. Which told I know the Jets were 7-10 last year and had offensive issues, but that had nothing to do with him. I mean, I think he did a formidable job, especially calling plays there for the Jets defense, which is finished in the top five the last couple of years, and on the pace to doing that this year too. So yeah, I think they're in a good spot there. I mean, I think the players are going to really respond to him, and it's going to be interesting to see how that happens, especially on Monday night. Just kind of what they do, because
Just
I
real
think
quick,
I think we're going to get I think we're going to get a good game. I really do.
don't you think if he had an answer for some of our problems frankly a lot of our fans have some answers that are better than what tried so far. But if he had an answer already, don't you think he would have already had Salah's ear to make it corrected? Or do you think he just wasn't privy to a lot of the other dealings?
Well, I
Thank,
mean,
thank you.
ultimately everything fell at Salah's feet too. So it's no reason to say maybe he did, and then maybe Salah didn't listen. Now, I'm not saying that's the case or not, but I'm just saying that what I will say is coaches are very stubborn, and then it's very hard to change what they feel comfortable with, and then they feel like they bent over backwards for Aaron Rodgers. They tried to do everything to make him comfortable, but at some point, like he's gonna have to. Maybe it's time for Aaron to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe we talked about the motion offense there. Maybe doing some different types of plays there, airing it out a little bit there. Just being instead of being having the same vanilla play calling that we saw, like the fourth down call where you knew it wasn't going to work probably before the ball was even snapped too. Because I was like, yeah, what are they doing? But yeah, it's time to change it up there, and I'm sure he probably will have add a few wrinkles there, here and there. But it's not to say that he might have already said something solid. Maybe solid didn't listen. Maybe they decided to do something else. But now it's his show, and it's going to be interesting to see the kind of the differences that he has, if they are any differences.